Okay, there are many ways to create space in a drawing. You can do it with linear perspective. You can do it by shading and by kind of making things look three-dimensional. But in the beginning, the easiest way to make space is with layers. All right? So let's talk about that and how we start to develop space with layers. So in a very simple drawing, let's just start with a frame here. You always want to have a frame, and that way you can kind of see where the edges are. So we're going to pretend this rectangle that I drew is a piece of paper by itself. And I want to start to create some layers. So I might have some lines drawn, and these lines might be creating some shapes and things. And to create a layer, all I need to do is when I hit one, let it stop, and then come to the other side and continue on. And by doing that, by laying one thing over top of another, you start to create that impression of depth. And it's an illusion. Any picture you look at is an illusion, whether it's a painting or a drawing, even photographs. All it is an arrangement of materials on a piece of paper. So to create that depth, we can continually add to the drawing, and we can keep stacking it up as we go along. So thinking back to those lines we talked about, if I start putting some variation into it, then I can create a lot of depth that way. And I can go bigger, create some bigger shapes. And look, you don't have to see all of something to know what it is. All you need is enough of it that your brain can connect the dots. Anytime we're making an artwork, we want the viewer to be able to create some of it for themselves. So we don't necessarily want to show them everything. So that is important to keep that in mind. And the more layers you create, the more space you create, the more you can twist it up. So here, I've got this line going underneath this one, right? It's going under there. Down here, I want it to go over. Again, all you have to do is continue on with whatever you're drawing, and you create those layers, and you're starting to develop that space. And I can keep piling it in. As long as the lines kind of seem like they go together, then it'll work. So I might have like a circle here, and maybe it's darkened in. As long as it's darkened in here, that way I can start to build some contrast. So you want areas of light and dark. And then I can go even further. I can add more to it. So I can have a piece coming out here. So very quickly you can build a lot of complexity into a space on a piece of paper. Layering is something we're going to incorporate into our project. So you need to practice a little bit. And good luck with it. If you have any questions, let me know.